Friend, a writer, someone who knows how to capture emotions in sentences. Let's call him an artist. Writes modest books of about 100 pages every 7 years. His output is the equivalent of 2 lines of print per day. When asked about his miserable productivity, he says, researching is just so much more enjoyable than writing. Because right now, the first priority is a reading for you. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, what I've always wanted to read, but I still only have the Chinese version. I am learning Chinese, but you probably, or maybe, do want to, but maybe also do not want to learn Chinese. But we have a great book. I'm a little concerned, though. We are getting towards the end of it. The Art of Thinking Clearly. And a couple of people are sending little trophies and different things, so I really appreciate that. Oops, hit the wrong button. Different people sending different things. Some of them not working. Oh, there we go. Now I'm able to actually hit the button. Oh, so I really appreciate everybody being here. We're up to chapter 85, which I think is perfect for halfway through December. Why New Year's resolutions don't work. And the subtitle is Procrastination. And I was going to say something else, but I don't remember exactly. So we'll get into it. And in Dutch, because I'm Dutch, we say, if you can't remember what you're going to say, it was obviously a lie. So let's see if I can remember later on. Let's get into the chapter, because I love reading for you. It's a great way to start the day. So many amazing benefits. And I'm happy to do the work for you. But I do want to get your comments later on, and I'll share how you can do that. And I'd love to know, since we are getting very close to the end of this book, what else would you like me to read? I love talking about finance, so I'm thinking about looking at a book that is going to talk either about stock market or real estate or investing in general. And yes, let me know your thoughts on that. But let's get into chapter 85 first of all, and then I'll share how you can get in touch and how you can see the rest of the chapters at the end of the video. Okay, here we go. A friend, a writer, someone who knows how to capture emotions in sentences. Let's call him an artist. Writes modest books of about 100 pages every 7 years. His output is the equivalent of 2 lines of print per day. When asked about his miserable productivity, he says, researching is just so much more enjoyable than writing. So he sits at his desk, surfing the web for hours on end, or immersed in the most abstruse books, all in the hope of hitting upon a magnificent, forgotten story. Once he has found suitable inspiration, he convinces himself that there is no point starting until he's at the right mood. Unfortunately, the right mood is a rare occurrence. Another friend has tried to quit smoking every day for the past 10 years. I struggle to read the word try now. I just did a seminar where you got fined if you use the word try, because as Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. So I'm a little bit sensitive to the word, but that's okay. Another friend wants to quit smoking and has worked on it every day for the past 10 years. Each cigarette is his last. And me? My tax returns have been lying on my desk for 6 months, waiting to be completed. I haven't yet given up hope that they will fill themselves in. Procrastination is the tendency to delay unpleasant but important acts. The arduous trek to the gym, switching to a cheaper insurance policy, writing thank you letters, even New Year's resolutions won't help you here. Procrastination is idiotic because no project completes itself. We know that these tasks are beneficial, so why do we keep pushing them onto the back burner? Because of the time lapse between sowing and reaping. To bridge it requires a high degree of mental energy. As psychologist Roy Baumeister demonstrated in a clever experiment, he put students in front of an oven in which chocolate cookies were baking. Their delicious scents wafted around the room. He then placed a bowl filled with radishes by the oven and told the students that they could eat as many of these as they wanted, but the cookies were strictly out of bounds. He then left the students alone in the room for 30 minutes. Studies in a second group were allowed to eat as many cookies as they wanted. Afterwards, both groups had to solve a tough maths problem. The students who were forbidden to eat any cookies gave up on the maths problem twice as fast as those who were allowed to gorge freely on cookies. The period of self-control had drained their mental energy, or willpower, which they now needed to solve the problem. Willpower is like a battery, at least in the short term. If it is depleted, future challenges will falter. This to me is a really interesting principle because I used to work, and I would suddenly find myself procrastinating. And then I decided I'm going to work for a certain period of time and then go out and go for a walk, do something pleasant. And I'd find that I had the answers to the challenges that I was looking for during the walk. So I might be working on a business idea and I couldn't come up with the right words or the right feeling or the right emotion or whatever it was. And I would then go out, go for a walk. And all of a sudden, as my mind has rested and as my mind is allowed to just be in the moment and not be physically with the challenge, with the problem, the answer just pops out of nowhere. So it is a great thing to be able to do. Though eating enough and giving yourself breaks is important, the next necessary condition is employing an array of tricks to keep you on the straight and narrow. This includes eliminating distractions. When I write a novel, I turn off my internet access. It's just too enticing to go online when I reach a knotty part. The most effective trick, however, is to set deadlines. Psychologist Dan Ariely found that dates stipulated by external authorities, for example, a teacher or the IRS, work best. Self-imposed deadlines will work only if the task is broken down step by step, with each part assigned its own due date. For this reason, nebulous New Year's resolutions are doomed to fail. They need to be specific. You need to be able to know exactly what the steps are, what you're going to be doing by the end of the week to be able to be on track for the year, and then decide what happens on what day and how much of that task do I get completed during the next hour, the next half hour, the next 2 hours, whatever it may be. So get over yourself. Procrastination is irrational, but human. To fight it, use a combined approach. This is how my neighbor managed to write her doctoral thesis in 3 months. She rented a tiny room with neither telephone nor internet connection. It is so good to be able to find a place to get away. I used to leave the house early in the morning, even though I was working from home, and I would get more done at the library. I would get much more done in the hotel lobby than I ever did at home, because I knew that was my working space. And that's another important thing, to be able to have a special place where you know that that is the working place. Home is the place where you sleep and eat and do different things, but your private working space, your whatever it is sacred to only working. And you need to make it sure that you keep it that way. Otherwise, it will also become a distraction zone. She set 3 dates, one for each part of the paper. She told anyone who would listen about these deadlines and even printed them on the back of her business cards. This way, she transformed personal deadlines into public commitments. At lunchtime and in the evening, she refueled her batteries by reading fashion magazines and sleeping a lot. I think that is a great way to be able to combat procrastination. I'd love to know what you do in order to be able to combat procrastination, or if you struggle with procrastination. And then we're going to have a look at what we might be able to do to help you get over your procrastination. It is something that you don't need to be ashamed of. Everybody struggles with it, and we all have only a certain amount of willpower, and once that's deleted, there is not much more we can do, and our brains are just going to automatically do what it does to survive, which is look for a distraction. So that was chapter 85. Tomorrow we're doing chapter 86, Build Your Own Castle, and the subtitle is Envy, so that one should be really good. Now, if you enjoy these chapters, you can also watch the replays, and you will find those on my YouTube channel, which is The Passive Cash Flow Club. So feel free to go there, leave a comment, let me know what other books you'd like to read or what your ideas are around each chapter. At the moment, obviously, it's just me sharing my commentary, but I would also love to hear your commentary. You can also follow me on Instagram and see what I am up to. We've got some new developments happening very soon. I'm looking forward to sharing a lot of exciting things around what I am doing and what I'm up to and how I can assist you. You can find me on business_team_6_official. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. You can also send me a private message, and I am looking forward to getting to know you and seeing you there as well. And thank you as always for joining here on the BIGO or on Zoom if you are on Zoom. Mladen, obviously always on Zoom, who is a very big fan, and I appreciate you very much. Go out and have an amazing day today. I'm going to be working on my goals. I've got a long to-do list. I'm going to have a look and see what is the most important to get done first so that I can achieve great success today. And I wish the same for you. So go out and have an amazing day. Looking forward to seeing you on YouTube or on Instagram or both even. Thank you again for coming, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new chapter. And look forward to hearing from you as well with regards to what else you would like me to read. Don't be shy, reach out, and I'll see you tomorrow.